Suspect in Hanukkah celebration stabbings was arrested in New York City with blood all over him, sources say. Warning, this news story has some really graphic pictures, so I am warning you in advance that this is not tummy friendly. Here we go. There's the fellow who did it, who went into the house party outside of New York City, quite a bit outside of New York City actually, and started attacking people at a Hanukkah celebration. And if you look at his size, he's not a small man. And if you look at his build, he is not a small man. Imagine those eyes connected to this big body coming at you with a machete-sized knife on Hanukkah. The pictures that I'm going to show you, those people didn't have to imagine it. It was real life for them. Again, you have been warned. Here comes the pictures. Yuck. Gross. Moving on. This is not new, unfortunately. It's the latest in a string of attacks. This is the second stabbing in Monsey since November. An Orthodox Jewish man was stabbed several times. On November 20th, while walking to synagogue, officials said, he was taken to the hospital where he underwent surgery. Saturday's stabbing was the 13th act of antisemitism in the state in the last 3 weeks. Governor Cuomo told reporters that, in addition to other hateful incidents targeting the Black, Latino, and BLTGQ communities, he said, we're going to get into this whole thing of the identity politics, so if you're interested in that, hang around. The attacks are symptoms of an American cancer that is spreading in the body politic. I don't think this is politics, dude. The whole point of politics is that you don't actually physically confront each other. That's the point of politics. Politics is different than fighting. He's using the word incorrectly. Surprise, surprise. The governor said he vowed to propose a law, oh great, another law, that would make New York the first state to treat these types of incidents as domestic terrorism. Because that's going to stop them. How? There's a reason you'd be the first state, because everybody else recognizes that doesn't stop anything. We've got laws against murdering. Let's try and use those. Or is that simply too complicated? Apparently it is, because it keeps happening. They're trying to inflict fear. I don't think they're trying. I think they've succeeded. They're motivated by hate. Aren't most people that do crimes? Is that really an isolated issue? They're doing mass attacks. Well, technically this wasn't mass, it was Hanukkah, but that was a really bad joke. Yeah, and they're using knives now. Are you going to be like London and start banning knives since you know, do we have to have an, a National Knife Association, the NKA? These are terrorists in our country perpetuating terrorism on other Americans, and that's how we should treat it. And that's how I want the laws in this state to treat it. Identity politics. Instead of simply arresting people, oh, I don't know, for murder, for attempted murder, no, we have to put on all these other sticky things that just bog down the law and bog down the court. He directed the state's hate crime task force to investigate the incident. There's a hate crime task force? There are people working for the government making between $50 to $150, maybe $200,000 a year for a hate crime task force? You want to talk about a waste of government money? How about a task force to stop murders? How about a task force to stop assault and battery? You know, crimes that affect people, not identity people. You want to know what would help in dealing with this, instead of making all these new laws? How about not sending people to jail for 16 years who burn a flag? A gay flag. Oh, you can burn the United States flag, no penalty at all. 16 years for burning a flag and murdering somebody? What, 6 years, 7 years? And you want to make more laws? And you have an identity task force? Oh, you don't call it identity task force. But of course it has to be an identity task force because the state's hate crime task force, we all know hate crimes are only allowed to go against the marginalized people. That would be identity. What a waste of government resources to have a hate crime task force. No, 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 no. Put that money, if you even need the money, put your police department, put your officials in charge of stopping assault and battery and murders and attempted murders and conspiracy to do such things. That's where you spend the money. Not this insane group of people that just sit around and bellyache about, oh, you know, this little niche group, this little niche group. No, no, they're all human beings and they all need to be protected if they're in the United States of America. And they are your citizens. That's what it comes down to. Protecting the American citizens. Protecting your citizens in your community. That's your job. All of this other stuff just bogs down the system. And as you keep subdividing, go, oh, well, we've got to stop this one because they don't like them. We got to stop this one. No, 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 no. Because now you're going to make everybody else feel left out. And that's how you divide and conquer. Unity, United States of America, come together right now over me. This needs to be treated like what it is. It's an attack on citizens. And it needs to be stopped. And it needs to be addressed. It doesn't need all those extra layers. Does that mean that you should ignore the fact that it was Jews? Oh, I don't know. Let's take a look at what happened this morning. In a Texas church shooting, 2 were left dead. Those were Christians. Do we need a special force for them now too? How many special forces do we need? Why can't we just have them all trying to protect citizens? You want to protect the Jews? Protect the Jews. You want to protect the Christians? Protect the Christians. You want to protect the BLTGQs? Protect the... When does it come down to simply just helping the people again? When does it come down to, you know, are you an American citizen? Are you in trouble? Are you a citizen of Texas? Are you a citizen of New York? We're here to help you. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm part of the hate task force. I need to see if you fit all the check boxes before I can come help you. What the blank is that all about? Oh, you're a, what do they call it in Slate magazine? You're a heteronormative white male. Oh, sorry, you're not on our box. Go ahead, you can kill him. What? This is what he looks like again from other pictures. By the way, his name apparently, according to Heavy, and if you're into quick news, Heavy gets it first and most often correct. And his name is not Thomas Grafton, it's Grafton Thomas according to their research. And again, here's another angle. He is a big dude. And he had a big knife. I want to take a look at one more story before we wrap this up. Actually, maybe 2. How liberals are allowing anti-Semitism to flourish. According to her hypothesis, she first wrote in May that the reason the city, this is New York City, the city's liberal political class was ignoring the anti-Semitic attacks, she argued, was that the criminals didn't fit their picture of evil bigots. They aren't, for the most part, MAGA hat-wearing white guys with tiki torches. In fact, many of the attacks are done by people of color. How did that term get put into our language 4 years ago? And can we please take it out? As investigative reporting by, Tablets Armin Rosen and others have shown. Imagine if they were white nationalists. How much faster would the mayor and the other city leaders have taken action? How much media would it have gotten? A lot of folks were told it was unacceptable to be anti-Semitic, Mayor de Blasio of New York said in May. It was unacceptable to be racist, and now they're getting permission, said Mayor de Blasio of New York. The message was subtle, but unmistakable. De Blasio was trying to pin the attacks of Blue New York on President Trump. So she says that they're not getting the attention because they're not white guys. Well, if she's right in her hypothesis, you can kiss this story goodbye really fast, because I'm pretty sure that's not a white guy. Could be wrong. The rules keep changing for what is and what ain't. In 2019, the U.S. saw the highest number of mass killings on record, and there's a good chance that the stabbings will be included in that. But in that list of people that were killed in mass killings, if you want to do a hate task force, then you're going to niche every single one of them. because that's how you do hate task force, is with niche instead of citizens. The U.S. suffered more mass killings in 2019 than any year on record, according to researchers. A database compiled by the Associated Press, USA Today, and Northeastern University recorded 41 incidents. Again, that's not including last night's. 41 incidents and a total of 211 deaths. Mass killings are defined as 4 or more people being killed in the same incident, excluding the perpetrator. Among the deadliest of the 2019 were the killings of 12 people in Virginia Beach in May and 22 in El Paso in August. Of the 41 cases in 2019, 33 involved firearms. California had the highest number of mass killings per state with 8, where the gun control laws are through the roof. It turns out if you make it against the law to carry a gun, only the bad guys are going to have the guns. Well, there you go. Oh, but what about Texas? Texas, they shot back. And there you go. The database has been tracking mass killings in the U.S. since 2006, because that's when it became so popular, darling. But research goes back to the 1970s and did not reveal a year with more mass killings, the AP reported. The point being, if we keep doing this niche stuff of Jews, Christians, blacks, whites, Chinese, it doesn't matter. What does matter is we got to get beyond this awful hate crime stuff and go back to treating crimes as crimes and treating bad guys as bad guys.